Yeah. Welcome in. Sports with Balls, guys, on a Monday. You gotta love it. Happy Hallows Eve. Know what they call it? Day before Halloween? Something like that. Welcome into Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. What a weekend, man. Just like every weekend. Absolutely amazing. Love doing what I do. Get to sit here and watch sports, talk about it. Go to Sports with Balls Facebook page or any other social media page for incredible content. And look, man, let's be honest. You can sit there and debate with people because that's what it's all about. Debating on who did better or what is better. Who is better? Man, go to Sports with Balls Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you get your social media from. Check us out, Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. Let's see. October the 30th, Hallows Eve. What is today? National Checklist Day. Started off doing some of that, right? National Haunted Refrigerator Night. Whatever that means. All right. Mischief Night. Look, man, we all wrapped a house. Most of us. Did y'all wrap houses growing up? That shit was fun. Wow. They still do that. My kids aren't old enough for me to get my house wrapped yet, but hopefully one day that will happen. I know the cleanup's probably a pain in the you-know-what, but man, that was fun doing that. National Candy Corn Day. That is a select group of people that love candy corn. So get in on that. Get you some candy corn. This one's hysterical. National Text Your Ex Day. Yeah. Yeah. You heard that right. National Text Your Ex. So, text your ex, I guess. I don't know. That's weird. I don't think you should. I don't think that's a good thing to do. Treat your pet day too. So text your ex, treat your pet, eat some candy corn, go wrap a house, and happy National Hallows Eve, I guess. So there you go. Kevin Anthony joining the show via Facebook. What's up, Kevin Anthony? Go Cowboys. I knew that was coming. I love how you put this though. Cautiously optimistic. Yeah, I definitely would be cautiously optimistic, man. That is an interesting scenario. Look, the Rams, I think, are a good team. I really do. And Dallas had one of their games. I think they're going to have 2 or 3 of those a year where you're going to be like, wow, that's why we have all these guys. That's what we're doing. Cowboys whooped ass. They did great. I was fine with it. We'll get into the NFL today. Let's see. This segment sponsored by Christian's Tailgate. As always, go to christianstailgate.com. There are 4 or 5 Houston area locations. Place is absolutely amazing to watch games, watch fights. There was a fight this weekend. Francis Ngannou and Jake Paul. Oh, I'm sorry. Not Jake Paul. Tyson Fury. Paul wants to fight one of them. Francis Ngannou, by the way. Great effort, man. Knocked Fury down. The reigning heavyweight champion of the world. Knocked to the canvas. It was an entertaining fight, man. Francis Ngannou, mad props, man. He is going to be a boxer. That was a great performance by him. And in fact, some people thought he should have won that fight. So Tyson Fury knocked to the canvas. Ngannou didn't go down. Good fight. But Tyson Fury ended up winning in a split decision, by the way. So people did think Francis won that fight. But Christian's Tailgate, great place to watch fights, drink specials. They got beer pong. They've got trivia tournaments. They've got all kinds of stuff, man. Award-winning food as well. Stuff's amazing. Get over to christianstailgate.com. All right, we'll get into the NFL. What else we got going on? World Series. World Series, game number 3 tonight, tied up 1-1. We'll talk about that for a little bit. I'll get into my bets later on in the show. I've got a 4-leg parlay for you. Monday Night Football tonight. NCAA, there weren't too many upsets. There was one huge one. We'll talk about the NCAA. We did not see Arch Manning this weekend. Ooh, wonder if he'll show up here pretty soon. We'll see. We'll talk about the NCAA football. And what else? Probably a little bit of NBA. Let's get to it, man. Let's get going. All right, guys. NFL. What a day yesterday. Brutal day for quarterbacks. Number 1, Kirk Cousins, man. Ouch. A lot of people fell in love with this guy because of the quarterback series on Netflix. It's pretty cool. Follows Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins around. Kirk Cousins had an incredible personality. Just a great overall guy. And for Kirk to get hurt like this, absolutely devastating. Look, they've already lost Justin Jefferson for a little bit, and now you've got the quarterback gone. Like, is the season over for Minnesota? I say yes. Look, your two top stars are gone. You traded away Dalvin Cook, or got rid of him at least, or wouldn't re-sign him. Running game, you scored your first rushing touchdown of the season this past game, and now you lose your quarterback. Ouch, man. And a brutal Achilles tear, just like Aaron Rodgers. Guess what? Guess who he should go see? Kirk Cousins better be in that doctor's office that Aaron Rodgers was in right after he did his. Because, look, we saw Aaron Rodgers yesterday warming up, throwing passes in New York. That's incredible. He just tore his Achilles, and he is throwing a football on a field in warmups. I'm not saying he's ready to be back. There's a long road to go. That's insane. I don't think we've ever seen that. Achilles tears are a year. There used to be. What are they doing now? He's got a robotic Achilles now? That was when I saw him throwing a football yesterday, I was just absolutely in awe that Aaron Rodgers was throwing a football after that Achilles tear we saw in week 1 on play number 4. Now, Kirk Cousins, same situation. Go see the same doctor. Why wouldn't you? This guy's got to be the leading expert. That's insane. Kirk Cousins out for the year. Apparently, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe he's ready by playoffs with the way Aaron Rodgers is looking, man. That's insane. Vikings end up winning that game 24-10, though, over the Packers, who, let's just be honest, man. Jordan Love, wow. What happened? First couple of games, things were looking great. Jordan Love looks like the Packers. Who? Aaron Rodgers who? Brett Favre who? Man, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. He looked terrible. And I get it, they're a second-half team. They had 3 points in the first half. They had a nice drive in the second half and got a touchdown out of it from Jordan Love, but then that was it. That was it. The Packers looked terrible. Vikings win. They move to 4-4. Packers go to 2-5 on the season. They are done, folks. The Green Bay Packers are toast. The season is over. Sit Aaron Jones, let him rest his hamstring, whatever you got to do, but the Packers are done. And for, just for that, the Vikings are done too. I get it, they're 4-4, but you lose your starting quarterback and you lose your number 1 wide receiver, your season's pretty much shot. They got the Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Bears. They got an easy schedule, and then the Raiders. They have a cakewalk schedule. The problem is they don't have a quarterback or a wide receiver now. I like that new kid they've got, though. Addison, that rookie, that guy's good. So there's some positives in Minnesota, but I wouldn't this is not their Super Bowl year. After that incredible season they had last year, Minnesota's not doing it this year. They just lost Kirk Cousins, and they've already lost Justin Jefferson. So, look, they've got an easy schedule coming up, but not with their team now. They scored their first rushing touchdown of the season yesterday. That's incredible. All right, moving on. Falcons and Titans. Boy, everybody's talking about this today. Will freaking Levis. Whoa. Good job, bro. Way to go. Listen, if y'all don't remember, this kid was sitting at a chair. We were all watching him not get drafted in the first round. He slipped. And now, keeping receipts. Will Levis, 19 of 29. 4 touchdowns. QBR 60.9 and a rating of 130.5. Just an absolute performance by this stud from Kentucky, Will Levis. Now, the question is, did Tennessee find their man? All right, so and are they going to trade Derrick Henry now? Look, if they're in a rebuild, it makes complete sense to get rid of Derrick Henry. Complete sense. Why wouldn't you? You want more draft picks. You found your quarterback. Maybe. Look, this is Overreaction Monday, so everybody's going to freak out about Will Levis, and he's his future in Tennessee. By the way, incredible uniforms. Holy crap. They should wear the. Look, I'm from Houston. I grew up watching the Oilers. I wish that they were here, but just seeing those uniforms yesterday was unbelievable. Please wear those more often. That was awesome. That was awesome. The Tennessee Titans should be the Tennessee Oilers, and I get it. There's not a ton of oil over there, but that was great to see. But Will Levis is the story here, and will be moving forward. Do you trade Derrick Henry to a contender, go see if he can get a ring, I don't know, maybe get a mid-round number 1 or maybe a mid-round number 2 and let Derrick Henry go? Maybe get a couple of draft picks for him because you're in a rebuild. And if you think you found your quarterback, and trust me, Tennessee Titan fan thinks they have found their quarterback, go to Sports with Balls on Facebook if you don't think so. I put a post up there asking if they found him, and man, Tennessee's excited. I gotta admit, I was excited too. Watching Oiler Blue or Love You Blue from the Oilers yesterday, watching this quarterback throw bombs to DeAndre Hopkins. That was awesome. That was great to watch. Good for the NFL. Great storyline there for Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans. I hope that he continues his success. Now, is he worth picking up in fantasy? I don't know. This is, again, he could throw 4 picks next week versus Steelers. That's just how the NFL goes. The NFL is awkward. And yes, they do play in Pittsburgh next week. So the Tennessee Titans and Will Levis will be in Steeler country. We're going to see how that goes. But for right now, riding high. And by the way, that's a Thursday night game. He has a few days to prepare for the Pittsburgh Steelers. DeAndre Hopkins, 3 touchdowns. Fantastic day for Tennessee. Fantastic day for them. I don't know if he's the future, but if you're banking on him and, do you rush Ryan Tannehill back? No, you're not rushing Ryan Tannehill back now. Hell no. Even if he does terrible next game, they're still going to let Will Levis play a few games. How does he go back to the bench? How does Titan fan deal with that? Oh, no. Heck no. Will Levis is in. Kids looked great. Derrick Henry had over 100 yards rushing. Will Levis, 4 touchdown passes. That's a playoff team. For sure. Atlanta Falcons lose that game. They moved to 4-4. Tennessee Titans 3-4. And look, they're just hyped up. I would be too. By the way, again, those uniforms, wear them all the time. That was baller. Awesome. Saints and Colts. Carr, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor had 87 rushing yards in the first quarter. And I think had less than 10 after that. That was weird. Shaheed, how do you say his name? Shaheed, I know, had 3 receptions for 153 yards. And the only reason I think I bring this up is because I had this dude playing against me in fantasy, and my Lord, man, I lost by 4 points yesterday, and it's because this guy, every time that Carr threw the ball to this guy when it was over 50 yards, the guy caught it. It was unbelievable. Saints win. They moved to 4-4. Colts lose 3-5. Patriots and Dolphins. Dolphins put up a nice little show. Patriots did what Patriots do. Dolphins are 6-2. By the way, the Dolphins will face the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday in Germany. We'll get into that in a minute. The place I said I wanted to be on Friday, the Jets and the Giants in New York and East Rutherford, New Jersey. Sorry. Man, what a terrible game up until the last minute. Literally the last, 90 seconds of this game. They almost broke the record in punts. It was cold. It was raining. It was nasty. And Zach Wilson looked absolutely horrendous. Horrendous. Until 90 seconds left to go in the game. He got sacked twice in must-throw situations. Get rid of the ball. Zach Wilson did not get rid of the ball. Absolutely devastating blow to them. And then the Giants and Dayball just, I don't know what. Wow, if you're a Giants fan, that was hard to watch. Folks, the Jets are 4-3. That's right. The New York Jets are 4-3. They have won 3 games in a row against the Broncos, the Eagles, and the Giants. What? And we saw Aaron Rodgers warming up on the field. They got the Chargers coming up this weekend. Then they got Raiders. Then they got Bills, Dolphins. Whew. If they can get through that 500 and somehow Aaron Rodgers comes back and they're, let's say, 8-7, Uh-oh. There's optimism in New York for the Jets, for sure. There is zero optimism for the Giants. Holy crap. They were on their third-string quarterback. Third-string quarterback yesterday. Yesterday was an absolutely brutal day for quarterbacks. I can't even. What did 5 quarterbacks go down yesterday? Something like that. I think 5 or 6 quarterbacks went down yesterday alone. I'm trying to pull it up here. I had it up here a little bit ago, but I don't know where it went. Brutal. And obviously the number one being Kirk Cousins with his torn Achilles. All right, moving on. What do we got next? Got caught up in the New York drama. Jaguars and Steelers. Jaguars look really good. Steelers lost Kenny Pickett. Another quarterback went out. Trevor Lawrence is hurt, and Jaguars are 6-2, 4-0 on the road, folks. They've had 2 games in Europe as well. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a serious team. The Jacksonville Jaguars are, I would say, a Super Bowl contender. Travis Etienne looks like he is on fire right now. Trevor Lawrence, look, he had 292, 1-1, but just efficient. Their defense, they lead the league in turnovers. That team is really good. Really stinking good. Eagles win versus the Commanders. The line was 7. They won by 7. So strange. Vegas is really good at this. Sam Howell, what a day. 397 and 4 touchdowns. Thanks after I dropped you in fantasy. Appreciate that. You were playing the Eagles. Thought you wouldn't do well, but look, Commanders, they moved to 3-5. Eagles 7-1. Clearly the best team in the NFL. I'll have my top 5 and bottom 5 on Wednesday. Texans and Panthers. This was a bad loss for Houston. This was a really bad loss for Houston. You cannot allow the Panthers to get their first victory and the number 1 and number 2 picks going head-to-head. And look, CJ lost. Bryce Young wins. Look, the Panthers got their first victory of the season, last-second field goal. Texans in a very brutal loss for them. They would have been 4-3. And a lot of people talking about the Texans being in the playoffs at a 4-3 team. They looked good. Just went out there and laid an egg, basically. They got the Bucks, Bengals, Cardinals coming up. The Texans do. Should have won that one. That they let that one get away, and that's a tough loss for them. Can't do that. Browns and Seahawks, great football game. I knew it would be. Seattle's 5-2, folks. That's right, 5-2. Browns moved to 4-3, and no sign of Deshaun Watson. Of course, throughout the week, we'll try to keep you updated. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. That's just an awkward situation in Cleveland, but they're still 4-3. Seahawks moved to 5-2. Great team. The Chiefs. Here we go. The Kansas City Chiefs get blown out in Denver. Look, you want to blame it on Pat Mahomes and the flu, do that. You want to say that the Broncos finally got something going with Russell Wilson. He had 3 touchdowns. Fine. This is a rivalry game. First time that I think the Broncos have won in 17 games against the Chiefs. Last time the Broncos beat the Chiefs, Peyton Manning was their quarterback. Chiefs go to 6-2. I'm not going to put too much emphasis on this game at all. I'm not going to say the Broncos are back, and I'm not going to say the Chiefs are done. It just is what it is. This is the NFL. You get a W, you get a W. Ravens moved to 6-2. They beat the Cardinals. Cardinals are the worst team in football, probably. Ravens are really good. Really good. Gus Edwards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Bengals whooped up on the 49ers with Brock Purdy throwing 2 picks, losing a fumble, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say about the San Francisco 49ers today. And I think the 49ers are still one of the better teams in the NFL. The Bengals might be one of the hottest team for sure in the NFL. Joe Burrow looks like he's on fire. Him and Jamar Chase are back. Mixon got in it yesterday. 49ers, they are who they are right now. They got to figure it out. Kyle Shanahan, I don't know if it's the Deebo Samuel effect. I don't know if Deebo being out of there is the reason. But it looks like the 49ers can't win without him. I get it. They run a lot of option plays to that guy, but you got to figure something out. You still got George Kittle, still got Brandon Ayuk, you still got Christian McCaffrey. You can't tell me that just because Deebo Samuel is not on your team that now you're a 3-loss-in-a-row team just because of Deebo. I don't think that's the case at all. Maybe Purdy is more concussed than we thought. There's video of him grabbing his head yesterday as well. So I don't know. But the Bengals look good. 49ers don't. That's bottom line. I'll dissect that game as we get further into the week. And the Chargers last night beat up on the Bears. The game was over in the first quarter. Well, in the second quarter, 24-7 at halftime. That was pretty much the lock. Herbert, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Good for him. Austin Eckler, 7 receptions and 94 yards. A long 40-yard reception from Herbert. And the Chargers moved to 3-4. Not that good. Bears fall to 2-6. I'll get into the standings tomorrow. And, of course, I'll have my top 5, bottom 5 on Wednesday. But right now, let's move on to some NCAA. Some foosball in the college ranks. I don't even want to get into Michigan. They had a bye week. This week's going to be pretty important for Michigan with the Jim Harbaugh situation. So any breaking news comes up, go to Sports with Balls on your social media sites. I'll have it all up there. Georgia beats Florida in a runaway, basically. 26-7 at halftime. That game was over. It's 43-20 final. Ohio State beat Wisconsin. No, there's not any big upsets here, really, except for one. Oklahoma losing to Kansas. And that wasn't even that big of an upset. I think I said on Friday that Kansas is going to give them a run. That's a tough football team. Kansas is 6-2. And Oklahoma falls, I think, to number 10, at least in the AP poll so far. We'll know tomorrow, but in the AP poll, Oklahoma's number 10 now. It wouldn't be surprised if they go out of the top 10 now. They're a one-loss team. Texas is a one-loss team. They beat BYU. Oregon, number 8. They're a one-loss team. Beat up on Utah 35-6. Bad loss for Utah. Coming off a pretty good victory. Penn State, they're a one-loss team. I mean, you go down the line. Ole Miss, 1 loss. Notre Dame's got 2, so they may be out of it now. Number 17, North Carolina loses again. Georgia Tech beat them. Air Force escapes. They are 8-0. They beat Colorado State. All the way down to James Madison, who got a 3-point victory. They are 8-0 as well and ranked, and they'll probably move up a little bit. Good for James Madison. There's some big games coming up this week in college football. And as we go on, let's see, I'll move forward. As we go on through the week, I'll get to them. Missouri and Georgia, Oklahoma State. I don't know. We'll talk about it later on in the week. All right, this segment coming up, the World Series brought to you by Thiessen Law Firm. This man is unbelievable. Mark Thiessen over at Thiessen Law Firm, thetexastrialattorney.com, 713-864-9000. Go follow him on social media, man. His stuff is unbelievable. Specializes in DWIs, criminal defense. This guy's amazing. Mark Thiessen at Thiessen Law Firm, thetexastrialattorney.com, 713-864-9000. Texas and Denver are his 2 main spots. World Series tonight. Tied up 1-1, and what I said was going to be a fantastic World Series. Cannot wait for this game tonight. I told you that, look, it may not get the biggest ratings, but it's going to be a fun series, and it has not disappointed. Walk-off home runs, game-tying home runs. We had a blowout. It's 1-1. We're back in Phoenix now. Max Scherzer on the mound tonight versus a rookie. The first time in Major League Baseball history that a Cy Young Award winner is facing a rookie in a World Series game. Awesome. The Diamondbacks are scrappy, kids. These Diamondbacks are scrappy. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the World Series and everything that goes on in this, man. It's fun. These guys are good. The Rangers are gritty, man. You're not counting them out. Seager hitting a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 9th on Friday. And then, of course, Garcia, which, by the way, there's a lot of speculation around him right now. I don't know if I started that, but he's pretty big. And then Garcia hitting a walk-off home run in the 10th inning to win game 1, and then Arizona blowing them out in game 2. Game 3 will be fun tonight. Look, we can all just hope this goes 7. We can all hope this series goes 7 games because it is. This is a lot of fun. If you're a baseball fan, I know that the big names aren't in there. You don't have the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Cardinals, the Braves. They're not in there. But these two teams are, and they're fun to watch, man. This is a lot of fun. If you get a chance, tune in tonight. Monday Night Football, obviously, on tonight as well. So let's get into that. Tonight's game will feature the 3-4 Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, and the 5-2 Detroit Lions at home. The line's 7.5, folks. I like Detroit all day long. I do. I think Goff has a good game. I think the Raiders are in an absolute downfall. But the thing is, if they win tonight, they're 4-4. They're 500. That would be crazy considering all the speculation about them firing Josh McDaniels. Everybody wants him gone. If they go to 3-5, obviously that's going to start booming. But if they win in 4-4, you're not getting rid of Josh McDaniels. So what are you rooting for, Vegas fan? Are you rooting for a loss because you want him gone? Or are you rooting for a win so you can get to 500 and still in the playoff hunt? I see nothing but people wanting Josh McDaniels fired from Raider fans. So I don't know, but I'm taking Detroit -7 for sure. A lot of sports on tonight, man. All of it starting at 7 o'clock. Raiders and Lions actually at 7:15, obviously, and I think it's 7:03 or 7:07. You've got the World Series. So put them on 2 channels, flip back and forth between them, and there you have it. All right, bets for tonight. I got a 14 parlay. I just said it a second ago. I like Detroit minus the 7.5. Buy that half a point back if you want to even it up at 7. Do that. That's fine. MLB, I like Arizona money line tonight. I do. I like the Arizona Diamondbacks at home. World Series game. That place will be rocking. Phoenix will be on fire. So I like the Arizona Diamondbacks money line tonight. And in the NBA, that's right, folks. The NBA is in full swing. Everybody's played now. I get it. Listen to this. Listen to this. There's an in-season tournament in the NBA. I believe it starts this week or weekend. That's right. I don't know what it is. I haven't read that much about it. I'm not really that interested, to be honest with you. But there's an in-season tournament with a trophy and everything that starts in the NBA this week. Who knew? They say the ratings are up in the NBA, but I'm like, they've got all sorts of things going on. I don't know. They changed the All-Star format back to what it used to be. They've got an in-season tournament now. Okay. LeBron's still playing and losing. Sorry, but they did. They lost last night. The Sacramento Kings beat up on them. They play again tonight. The LeBron James Lakers. Is the LeBron James Laker or Anthony Davis Lakers? They play the Magic tonight, which I think they're probably going to lose that game too. Give me the Magic +2 on that. I also like the Bucks minus the 5 points. The Milwaukee Bucks are good and got blown out last night at home. Damian Lillard had 6 points. 6 points. I expect a massive bounce back for the Milwaukee Bucks. They are playing the Miami Heat. They are at home tonight. Give me the Bucks minus the 5. And the Dallas freaking Mavericks. Grizzlies are 0-3. They don't look good at all. You know who's suspended? Ja Morant. And the Mavericks look really good. Luke is averaging 41 points a game. I know we're only 2 games into this, but damn, he looks good. Give me Dallas Mavericks minus the 2.5. That's NFL. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions minus 7, 7.5, either one. I'll take the Arizona money line. Bucks minus 5, Dallas minus 2.5. And if you want to throw in the Magic +2 of the Lakers, you can do that. But I'd leave that one out. Just go with the 4 I just gave you. That will be perfect 14 parlay for tonight. All right, I want to thank Christian's Tailgate. Go to christianstailgate.com. Award-winning food, great drink specials. You watch all your games there. It's phenomenal. If you get out and about, go watch the World Series and Monday Night Football at Christian's Tailgate tonight. Also, Mark Thiessen over at Thiessen Law Firm, thetexastrialattorney.com, 713-864-9000. All right, tomorrow, guys, we will go over what happened tonight in Monday Night Football. I'll go over my bets. It's Halloween tomorrow. Whoa. I'm actually going to meet one of the – well, I'll tell you that tomorrow. It's going to be pretty interesting. My son has a fun run. I've got to go do that tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat place. I'm Jeff